Hey, so it's Celeste and I'm here with the start of a new vlog. I am, literally before I turned the camera on, I continued this. As you can see from my bookmark, I'm like right at the very end. So I'm going to buckle down and I'm already in my pajamas. I'm going to get comfortable and I'm going to finish the last few pages of this. And I'm going to immediately start Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. This is my book of the month copy, which I think is so pretty. I love this dust jacket. Like, this is like so eye-catching, right? I'm loving it. So it's Tuesday, February the 15th. The day after Valentine's Day, yeah. And I wanted to film just a bit of a vlog, not very many days, I don't think, of me trying to read as much of this as fast as I can, I guess, because the girls and I are supposed to go watch the movie Saturday evening, and I do want to see the movie, and I'm not opposed to watching a movie before I read the book. Like, that's not a big deal to me, but I wanted to, you know, at least get into it and be familiar with the characters. Because, okay, so let's talk about Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie is considered the queen of, like, the mystery thrillers. She was writing them in the, like, her career spanned many, many years. And so, you know, like, last month, if you watched my, my reads or whatever, I listened to, an audiobook, and years ago, I read another Agatha Christie. So I'm familiar with some Agatha Christie's work. I just haven't, read as many, I guess, as I could. I don't know. I have to be in a mood for a mystery thriller or anything like that. But a lot of her books are set in, like, the, you know, I guess between the 20s and the 50s, I guess. I guess it depends on which books you're reading. So anyway, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's what this vlog is about. And I wanted to kind of start off this clip, like, intro, duh, but I also wanted to talk about what it is about. And this is a non-spoiler vlog, so I'm not going to give away, like, anything crucial or whatever. Just sort of my experience in reading it. And I like to go into mystery thrillers not knowing very much, and that's a good thing, because look at the blurb on the inside of the dust jacket. Look how short and piddly. Like, if one of my students turned this in, I'd hand it back to them and go, do better. But okay, so Death on the Nile takes place on the Nile River, right, in Egypt. And it is a Hercule Poirot mystery. He's the guy, if you watched Murder on the Orient Express, or, you know, really read any, he's the little Belgium dude with the mustache, and he's got the French accent, and I kind of think he's a cutie pie. But anyway, so it's on a luxury cruise along the Nile River, and it's on this, like, luxury cruise ship. You can kind of get the idea of what it is, you know, like one of those kind of ships that's going down the river, and the people are dancing and drinking and visiting and, you know, whatever. You know, like a cruise. And everything's cool, everything's chill, until a woman gets shot in the head. This is in this tiny little blurb, so I'm just giving you, like, the Reader's Digest of that. So she's young and pretty, and I think popular, I don't know. And she gets shot in the head. And so then it starts up like okay, we're all stuck on this cruise liner with a body and a killer, because she didn't shoot herself in the head, right? And so it's all about, like, the mystery of it, figuring out the connections between the characters, because, and my understanding is there's quite a few characters. So I do plan on figuring out a good way to, like, taking notes or something to keep track of it or whatever. So that's something that I'll probably, like, share with you guys. But yeah, so I'm going to go, wash my face. I still have my work makeup on. I'm going to wash my face and settle in and read the last few pages of Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I am enjoying this so much, but it being a romance, I'm ready to move on to something a little like heavier, a little more mystery and thriller, murder. So yeah, like I'm gonna go finish that real quick, and then I can start working on Death on the Nile. And while it's like 300 and something pages, I'm not too freaked out. One of my friends was kind of worried. She was like, I'm not even gonna start it. But like if I open it randomly and look, like I feel like it's really spaced out for like an adult fiction, because I think it's whatever length it is, and they made it fit, because all the Book of the Month books are the same height and sort of similar widths. I mean, no, they're not the same widths, but they're all the same height, so I think it stretches out some of the books. I guess. That's a conversation that I saw online between like Book of the Month readers. Anyway, rambling. So I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I was waiting for the house to get quiet. So now the house got quiet, film my clip. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, so I'm home. It's Wednesday the 16th. Last night I did start Death on the Nile, but I only read like 15 pages. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how many pages that I read, but you know, a few, whatevs. It's been a long day. So first of all, it's a full moon. So teaching during a full moon is like a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy my students. They have great, you know, personalities and whatever, but like post-pandemic teaching is like, or in the pandemic teaching is just, whew, it's a lot. So I have a tension headache, not to mention, so I teach in a adjacent city. My youngest is still in high school, and he goes to school where we live, and they had a gun threat at his school this morning, and the gun was actually on campus. It wasn't just a threat. Like, they recovered it and have taken some children into custody, and I'm just like, so no wonder I have, no wonder I have a tension headache, right? Because, like, not only is my day hectic or whatever, but also, yeah, like, just my child is in a school dealing with that situation, so. Oh, you want to see these? Here, I'll flip the, oh, yeah. This is what my husband, like, I collect books. This is what my husband has. Please excuse the dust. He definitely needs to, like, dust. You can see some of my books back there. Yeah, so in case you were interested in seeing those. Yeah. So anyway, here's the plan. I'm going to shower. I realize it's only like 5:15, but dang, your girl needs to just rinse the day away, get clean, get moisturized, get into something comfortable, and just maybe read. Definitely read. I want to do some diamond painting too, so I can show you guys that. I'm still working on that mystery one. It's got square cut drills. I'll show you. It's just, it takes me longer to do one with square cut drills, so yeah, I can't just knock it out in like a short time. So anyway, I'm going to end this clip here, and when you see me again, I will be sans makeup and in my pajamas and ready to like unwind for the evening. So okay. Hey, so it is Thursday, February the 17th. I just got home from work. Last night we ended up watching some Gilmore Girls. So here's the deal with that. when Gilmore Girls was originally airing, my husband was like off in the world, living his life, and he had girlfriends and they watched it, but he never really watched it. And then when I realized he hadn't watched it, I was like, I think you would really like this, and you need to understand why I don't like Rory Gilmore. And so he's been watching it on Netflix, and you know, we're old and we're tired, so we'll watch like an episode here, an episode there, and if we're in a mood for like true crime or movies or something else, we watch other things. So it's taken us a while. So we just finished the season 6. So that's what we were doing last night, was finishing season 6 and then watching like the first episode of season 7. So I didn't get a lot of reading done. Like literally only got like a few pages, and I was so tired. My eyes were tired, my brain was tired. So we just I just put my sleep mask on and went to sleep. Like I was like, that's the best I can do today. So I'm home from work now. I'm going to get changed, like, you know, change into pajamas basically. So, you know, that's adulting as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know if I'll diamond paint or not. Like, my shoulders feel really tense. I'm looking forward to the weekend for sure. But I will try to get some reading done. Like, I don't have the headache that I had yesterday. And so, yeah, I finished the audiobook that I was listening to in the car on the way home. So the audiobook that I finished was a little, like, cutesy romance called Digging Up Love by Chandra Bloomberg. I had to think about it for a second. And it was cute, closed door, you know. I like it a little more steamier than that, but I felt like the characters were more complex than sometimes what you see in that kind of romance. But, you know, it was like sweet. It was fine. And then the next audiobook, I already have it downloaded, but I didn't start it because I was driving, and it's not safe to go around in Audible while you're trying to drive down the road. And I saw like 2 wrecks on the way home. I don't remember the title and I don't remember the author, so I have to get back to you guys on that. But it is about the history of the rabies virus. So hear me out. I like audiobooks, and I love audiobooks that are like memoirs or biography or just straight up nonfiction, like history and stuff, because to me it feels like I get that yearning, like that fix from like, oh, like being in a lecture or being in school without having to do any homework, and I learn things, and I don't know, I like it. So I was like, ooh, rabies, that sounds interesting. Whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna stop this clip here and I will check in a bit. Hey, so I didn't film a clip yesterday. It's Saturday, and it's Saturday afternoon. And I didn't film a clip yesterday, and I didn't film a night clip, like an evening clip, the day before. So it's Saturday afternoon. I'm scheduled to go to the movie, what time? Like 4 something? So I'm going to spend the next, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours, reading, because I can spare that. So on Death on the Nile, I have been reading, even though I haven't been filming clips. I'm 100 pages in. The problem I'm having is that I've just been really tired in the evenings. And so, like, there's been evenings where I've read only like 20 or 30 pages before I would get too tired and have to stop. But in this volume, which is like the book of the month, that 100 pages is like a third of the book, because the book itself is only like 200 and I think originally it was only like 200 and something pages, but they stretched it out to fit it in the book of the month format, because the book of the month books are all the same height. So there's like some pages don't have a whole lot of like words, especially if there's a lot of dialogue. It's like so anyway, I just wanted to check in since I hadn't checked in. Yeah, I've just been lounging, so I kind of look kind of... But, anyway, excuse me, yawning is hard. Yeah, so that's what's going on with that. I'm going to, read and see how much of this I can get read before I go see the movie. I'm not really worried about reading it all before the movie, but yeah, like, I'm enjoying it. It's good. Like, I like reading Agatha Christie. Trigger warnings for fat phobia, though. Like, right in the very beginning of the book, there's some characters having a conversation about fat women, like, going swimming. And there's also a, like, it's not really overt fat phobia, but it's, like, kind of this comment about women and their figures, having the women who have the svelte figures or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I will see you guys just shortly. Dobby. Hey. Hi, pretty. What do you do? Hey, so it's a little later in the afternoon. I'm actually in the parking lot of the movie theater. Like, I was, like, kind of cold and kind of like, you know how you have this thing that you're doing and you're like, okay, in order to get there on time, I have to leave by this time. And if I want to get ready, I have to start getting ready at this time. And you know, you kind of have to back it up to see what time. And, like, I went ahead and got, like, dressed in outside clothes because I was just wearing, like, sweatpants and stuff. Yeah, so then I had, like, several minutes, like, I had, like, quite a bit of time to kill until I needed to leave. And I was like, I might as well just go. Because I didn't want to, like, sit down and get comfortable. You know, like, that weird, okay, maybe it's just, like, I don't know. Waiting and, you know, whatever. So anyway, I brought the book with me. At the house, I stopped on page, like, the beginning of chapter 12, which is, for me, on page 132, which is about, almost 40%. Like, I'm almost halfway through. So, that's, you know, that's great. That's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video here, and I'm just going to read a little bit until I'm parked where I can see the front. So when I see my friends show up, then I will go join them. But yeah, for right now, I'm just going to read. There's, like, people walking around, so I will see you guys after the movie. Oh, okay. I don't think you guys can see me. Let's see. That'll help. Okay, so done with the movie. Of course, they changed things. They changed some characters and the name, like, who the characters were, some names of characters. What else? Like, and I'm not even quite, like, I think I'm at, like, 40% through the book. So, I mean, I don't have a lot of room to, like, judge since I hadn't actually finished the book. But I liked it. Cinematically, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I had, like, these big sweeping things. I will say that there were some, like, okay, it's Poirot, so Poirot, there you go. So of course he's gonna have interrogation scenes, and like they did the spinning thing where they're like spinning around and like talking and asking questions. Like, that was a little like disorienting. I didn't like that, the way that style of that scene was. But yeah, it was really beautiful. So I still want to continue the book, because what I was thinking when I started it, like, I didn't talk about because it's spoiler. This is non-spoilery vlog, so I didn't talk about my ideas, but what I saw in the movie, what I was thinking was happening, was definitely what happened. So, Yay for me, picking up on that. But anyway, I'm going to stop this here so I can go ahead and drive home. On the way home, I'll be listening to Rabid by, shoot, there's two authors, Bill Wasick and something Murphy. It was like a journalist and a scientist or doctor or whatever who co-wrote the book. But Rabid, it's a history of rabies. And it's pretty good. So I'm going to be listening to that on the way home. And then, yeah, I guess I'll check back in with you guys later. So, bye. Hey, so it's been a minute since I filmed a clip. But really, it started off like I missed a day, and I was like, oops, I missed a day. And then it got to where it was like, I don't have much to say until I finish this book. So then I just kind of didn't film any clips until, because it was just like coming home from work and be like, okay, I'm going to read another 30 or so pages, because sometimes during the work week, I'm just super tired. I'm just not, you know, interesting, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you guys are interested. I finished Death on the Nile. But I also watched the movie, and so, like, I couldn't separate it in my brain, because it was like, once you've ingested that media, it's in there, and you just stuck with it. So, here's what I have to say. I like the book more than the movie. The movie is great. If you haven't seen the movie is great, but it has sort of this, like, sparkly Baz Luhrmann kind of feel to it. It's very, like, glamorous in parts, right? There's like these beautiful costuming, and the scenery is gorgeous, because, you know, they're showing like the pyramids and stuff, right? Because it's in, you know, the Nile's in Egypt. So anyway, and I do like in the movie how they made a more diverse cast by slightly changing some of the characters. But there were other character changes that I was confused by. I don't understand why they did that, unless there's like a bigger thing. Another thing in the movie that I just did not really like is that they used a framing device framing device. So something at the beginning and something at the end. And in the framing device they used had to do with like Poirot's life, like his life before all of this, like way before all this, and then his life at some point that we're not quite sure how far in the future at the end of all this. And I don't, like, I get it, because they're trying to maybe get the audience, especially people who are not familiar with Agatha Christie's work as, you know, readers, to connect with him. But as like a reader and like knowing like aspects of that character, he's like a classic character. There's so many like shows and movies and things that have, you know, actors playing that character, that like there's just some things you don't do. Like, it's, I don't know. Anyway, if you've seen the movie and you know what I'm talking about, then I mean, I don't know, you might agree or disagree. I don't really know. But I liked some of the changes, but there were some changes I did not like. For instance, the murders happened because there's, you know, death in general, death on the Nile. The murders that happen don't happen to the same characters in the movie as they do in the book. Well, and then some of that is the characters themselves are totally different. So I don't know what to say about that. I know that some people have issues getting into this book because there's so many characters, but I honestly feel like you get used to it. Like, maybe it's hard in the first, I don't know, 30 to 50 pages or, you know, whatever. But once things start rocking and rolling, you get a real good sense of their personalities. Like, Agatha Christie does a good job with that, sort of giving us distinct personality traits. I mean, they're not full-fledged round-out characters, but they are characters who have something memorable, so you can keep them separate from other characters. So there's that. So the book, I will say this, the book was written in like the late 1930s, I think like 37. I don't know, we'd have to fact check me on that. So trigger warnings for things like fat shaming, misogynistic ideals and comments. Of course, there's, you know, some like murder, right? Trigger warning for gun violence. And just, yeah, like that stuff is not great. But I have to keep in mind that when I read a book that's written, you know, over 80 years ago, that times have changed a lot. You know, like if I think about what things had or hadn't happened since this was published, both in the US and in Great Britain, like I'm just like, right, like how can I judge it entirely with my 2022 eyes? And I'm not even sure that my 2022 eyes are as perceptive as other people's 2022 eyes, if that makes sense. That's a lot of 2022s. Anyway, but I would say if you want to read, like, if you like thrillers and whodunits, I would say this is good to pick up. It's like on my copy of I have a book of the month copy. It says, like, you know, modern classic. I agree. I feel like this is a modern classic of thriller writing. And like, yeah, like I think it's worth the read. So I'm really happy that I read this. I'm really happy that I have this gorgeous copy. Like, I think that this is gorgeous. And like, this isn't really a spoiler or anything, but when you're watching the movie and they do like these breakaway pan over, you know, the Nile and some of the scenery, like this is one of the color schemes you see in one of those like spanning, you know. So I was like, oh, that looks like the cover of my book. So anyway, I recommend both the book and the movie. I really do. And it's not just because I like Kenneth Branagh. But I would say that if I had to choose, like if they were like, you can never have, you know, both, you must choose one or the other, my choice would be the book, because it's canon for one thing, and also like I don't necessarily think that all of the changes that were made were like good changes or whatever. Like the movie tried to make Hercule Poirot into a like an action star, I guess. Like there's like tense moments where he's like with his mustache, and he's just cute and just happens to be where crap's going down. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this short. Like, this is it for my vlog. I'm sorry this vlog was probably not the greatest vlog, but it's like I just needed to have some final thoughts on that before I wrapped it up. So I finished it late last night, and so here I am. I just woke up, so I'm still croaky. Anyway, let me finish this up. So thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.